سمو الشيخ حامد بن زايد آل نهيان رئيس ديوان ولي عهد أبو ظبي، صاحب السمو الملكي ديوك يورك، أصحاب السمو الشيوخ، أصحاب المعالي والسعادة، الحضور الكريم، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بداية اسمحوا لي أن أعرفكم بنفسي، محمد تاج الدين القاضي، مدير عام صندوق الوطن. يسرنا ويشرفنا حضوركم معنا في الدورة الأولى من مبادرة رواد القصر أبو ظبي، والتي تقام تحت رعاية صاحب السمو الشيخ محمد بن زايد آل نهيان ولي عهد أبو ظبي نائب القائد الأعلى للقوات المسلحة. إن هذه المبادرة التي جاء إطلاقها ترجمة لرؤية صاحب السمو الشيخ محمد بن زايد آل نهيان بالاستعداد لمرحلة ما بعد النفط تهدف لنشر ثقافة الابتكار وريادة الأعمال وتمكين الكفاءات في مجال التكنولوجيا الحديثة من خلال مد جسور بين المبتكرين الإماراتيين وبين رجال الأعمال، بما يساهم في تسريع تبني أفكارهم المبتكرة والغير مسبوقة وترجمتها إلى مشاريع واقعية قادرة على التوسع محلياً والمنافسة عالمياً. فعالية اليوم تتضمن استعراض جميع التفاصيل ومراحل الإنجاز باللغة الإنجليزية، وعليه أستميحكم بأن أكمل كلمتي باللغة الإنجليزية. Your Highness Sheikh Hamad bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Chairman of the Crown Prince Court of Abu Dhabi, Your Royal Highness the Duke of York, Your Highnesses, Excellencies and distinguished guests, my name is Mohammed Tajuddin Al-Qadhi. I am the Director General of Sanduq Al-Watan, and it is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to this historic event, the very first edition of Pitch at the Palace Abu Dhabi. Pitch at the Palace is a global initiative that allows tech entrepreneurs and early stage businesses from around the world to pitch their ideas and businesses to the world's most renowned investors, business executives, and decision makers. The importance of this initiative to the UAE cannot be understated, for it provides our best and brightest Emirati talent with a platform that will allow them to grow, prosper, and turn their ideas into a reality. Additionally, the initiative will foster the UAE's tech industry, and by doing so, allow the nation to achieve its goals to develop a knowledge-based economy built on innovation and human capital. The ideas and businesses you see today could very well be our future, the backbone on which our new economy is built upon. As such, I invite you all to take part in this momentous occasion by supporting this event and supporting the entrepreneurs. And now, please join me in welcoming His Royal Highness the Duke of York, founder of Pitch at the Palace, with his opening remarks. Thank you.
There is always a moment where a world-changing idea gets the momentum it needs to break free. For entrepreneurs, Pitch at Palace creates that time or that moment. We help hatch world-changing ideas. What began as an idea to see how best to support entrepreneurs is now developing into a global initiative that is a platform dedicated to accelerating and scaling early entrepreneurial businesses. In the 3 years since I founded Pitch at the Palace, we have helped entrepreneurs generate substantial new economic activity, not just in the UK, but in several overseas markets. We and our partners work to help entrepreneurs solve their challenges by bringing them ideas and people who can help unlock the challenges they each face. My ambition is twofold. First, to build access and connectivity for our entrepreneur alumni around the world. And this connectivity is crucial to any business's growth plans. Secondly, to build a network of commercial partners who can materially add value to these businesses through their professional know-how and early intervention. Pitch Global develops our international scale, creating a global platform for entrepreneurs to seek new markets and find new partners and investors. At the same time, reaching self-sustaining growth using the Pitch at Palace global network and our audience. In 2017, Pitch Global events will expand again to take place in China, the UAE and Australia, and return to events in Africa and Latin America. and we continue to develop in the United States. Developing this connectivity will support the growth of all the entrepreneur alumni, building prosperity, creating jobs in and between the entrepreneurs and their markets.
Yo-Yo, who have received partnership with Cafe Nero. Magic Pony, who recently sold to Twitter for $150 million.
Duke Deck raised $3.84 million in a funding round and entered into new partnerships. We've helped Just Milk build awareness of their idea and achieve new grant funding. As a startup and now as a scale-up, I'm experiencing some of the same anxieties and emotions that our customers feel. And as our story grows in its ambition, I say to every entrepreneur, each one of you in the audience, and importantly, to our partners, so should your ambition. Each of you can make the difference. Pitch at Palace. It really is your time.
Your Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen, it's all right, you can if you want. Your Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen, it's an enormous pleasure to be here in Abu Dhabi to present our first pitch, United Arab Emirates and in the region. You might ask why we're so slow in getting here, because I have, over the last 20 years or so, built a very deep and personal relationship not only with His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, but also Abu Dhabi. And in some respects, it can be looked upon as a second home. But we were busy developing the ideas before we came and gave you the opportunity to participate. What I've seen in Abu Dhabi over the last 48 hours working with your entrepreneurs is a determination to drive innovation and diversification. It's especially true at the universities that I've been speaking to, but I've also been to a primary and secondary school today and seen some of the younger generation and the inspiration that they are being given in order to drive their ambition and aspiration towards the future of Abu Dhabi. The origin of Pitch at the Palace was a very simple opportunity where we thought if we were going to support business in the future, then we needed to encourage entrepreneurship and enterprise. We thought about becoming a venture capitalist and then decided that that was an incredibly bad idea. What we have done is taken the best of the organization of which I am a part and have become either the entrepreneur in residence at Buckingham Palace or an accelerant to business. And it is a very simple premise. You, the audience, are hugely important to the future generation of these businesses. We train and encourage and support entrepreneurs. We put the entrepreneurs in front of you, and you will be able to help them. And I'll explain why now. I'm looking for 5 things from you, the audience. They're very simple. I'm looking for advisors and mentors who can actually help the businesses that are being displayed. I want you to open up your distribution systems or your supply chains so that these businesses can start to earn revenue. And by earning revenue, they are in a better position for what is coming at number 5. Probably the most important is the fourth aspect that I'm looking for, and that is connections. Whilst you are sitting here this afternoon or this evening and listening to the entrepreneurs, something will happen in the audience that you'll suddenly go, oh, I know, that entrepreneur needs to speak to that person, or I need to introduce them to that business. And afterwards, when you are networking with the entrepreneurs, and which is part of this afternoon's activities, you will have an opportunity to serendipitously make a connection. And the last thing that I'm actually looking for is investment. Now, you may find that as strange, but investment is a slightly longer process to uncover. And so if somebody is earning revenue from having access to supply chain and distribution systems, then investment is a lot easier. So that's what I'm looking for. Now, I have two requirements this afternoon. The first is, I have already instructed the entrepreneurs that they must have an ask of the audience. I haven't detailed what it is. They all know what their ask is. But I am now going to direct my comments to you, the audience, and this is where you have to participate, is that I want you to make a follow-up call or a follow-up action with one or other of the entrepreneurs. That's as simple, and that's it. Well, there is one other thing. You will hear that at the end of this, you are required to vote. You are the ones that are going to make the selection for who comes to London in December to showcase against the global companies that we have been gathering around the world over the last 12 months. So it's down to you to make that decision at the end of the 12 pitches that you are going to hear. But it's not just about the pitching, it's about the support that we can give. And I would like to, just at this point, make a huge thank you to our partners in Abu Dhabi, because without our partners here, we wouldn't be in a position to be able to deliver such a fantastic opportunity. This is our first. It is a small event, but we are determined that we shall grow and help in the future. The last thing to say before I hand over, well, I've got two last things to say. First of all, you're looking at these two men standing beside me, thinking, what on earth are they and why are they standing there? These two gentlemen are from the Royal Navy, and they are the timekeepers for this evening. Each entrepreneur gets 3 minutes. At 2 minutes 50, they will start moving because they've got something that they're going to blow, but they've got them hidden away at the moment. And if the entrepreneur tries to defeat the 3 minutes, then they will move along a bit faster and blow a bit harder. But those are our timekeepers, and they are very, very important. So, without further ado, I'm going to hand back to our moderator, and I will come back at the end once you have voted and give you the answer as to who is going to go to London. This is a sort of competition, but it is also about a support network. And so we will be taking all 12 into our alumni and supporting them, whatever the outcome of this evening. But it is up to you to decide who comes to London and who can best represent Abu Dhabi against the rest of the world. So, without further ado, over to you. You've got the explanation, you've got the rules, away you go. Thank you very much, everybody.
Please take your time. Thank you, Your Royal Highness. I would like to introduce next His Excellency Hussein al-Nuwais, Chairman of the Khalifa Fund, for his opening remarks.
Your Highness, Sheikh Hamad bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Chairman of the Crown Prince Court of Abu Dhabi, Your Royal Highness, Prince Andrew, Duke of York, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Tonight, we celebrate innovation and entrepreneurship and aim to connect the brilliant ideas of our entrepreneurs with the proven capabilities of investors and businessmen alike. We do so because we believe that entrepreneurs form the backbone of an innovative and diverse economy and allow for sustainable human development. We are keen to leverage our wealth, develop our entrepreneurs, and enable them to contribute to a strong, robust, and diversified economy. Khalifa Fund has been at the forefront of this effort to develop Emirati entrepreneurs and empower the talented to realize their dreams. At the heart of this effort is our alliance with His Royal Highness, the Duke of York initiative, known as Pitch at the Palace, aimed to connect entrepreneurs with investor and industry leaders and allow for a partnership of brilliant ideas with the proven capabilities to fast forward through the development cycle and bring these ideas to market sooner than later. Another initiative aimed to empower the talented is the Khalifa Innovation Center, launched by Khalifa Fund in collaboration with Khalifa University, Mubadala, Tawazun, and Sanduq al-Watan. The center is a high-tech incubator serving technology and connecting research development to the industry. The Khalifa Fund Innovation Center has started to bear fruits with 5 out of the 12 finalists tonight, supported by the center. The leadership of UAE has placed human development at the core of its values, and in this spirit, the first Pitch at the Palace is themed Technology Serving Humans. But before we dive into this event, I would like to take you through some thoughts that I have touched on with some of you, the entrepreneurs in particular, during the boot camp the other day. First, embrace your passion and at the same time remain open to suggestions. Identify what you know and what you need help in to better understand. Listen to suggestions with an open mind and experiment with new ways to improve on. Rethink the details and refine as you work hard to fulfill your dream. Second, never be afraid to fail. Learn how to fail and to accept it and learn from it. How many of you know Traf O Data? It's a business partnership between Bill Gates and Paul Allen. That business did not do so well, but they learned a lot from it, and when they did, they created Microsoft. And we know, all of us know what's Microsoft today. Third, be ready to commit long hours of hard work. Be persistent and devoted to close open issues, and be brave to make tough decisions. I would like to close with a quote by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces. The quote, "We aim to nurture and prepare our young people to be confident of their national identity, empowered with a world-class education, and able to pioneer the future, positioning the UAE among the world's leading countries." End of the quote. I would like to thank all the men and women who worked hard to make this event successful. I would like also to announce here today that the next year event, inshallah, will cover the GCC, and the year after it will be a Pan-Arabian initiative. I would like to wish the candidate tonight every success in your innovative and entrepreneurial pursuit, and happy pitching at the Palace. And remember that making it to the 12 finalists is a win, and on by itself. Good luck to you, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your inspiring words. And now we'd like to introduce a short video that highlights the journey of Pitch at the Palace, UAE.
You are joining a global platform that has been to the shores of Estonia, Malaysia, China, Singapore, Australia, and now the UAE.
Before introducing our first contestant for the evening, I would like to go over a few notes that will help with our proceedings for the day, if you would allow me to do so. First of all, with regards to social media, we encourage you to share your experience here today, to share with your network, to highlight the different stories and great ideas that you will be exposed to. You can do so by hashtagging Pitch at the Palace. You can also follow the Duke of York, at the Duke of York, at Pitch at the Palace, and at Pitch at the Palace UAE. We can also watch this live. It is streaming live on Facebook through the Duke of York's page, along with Khalifa Fund's Facebook page. The second note I would like to add is that you might have noticed that many of you have not seen a judging panel here today. And the reason is, as His Royal Highness had explained, that there is no judging panel. You are our judges. So we expect all of you today to take part in voting for the ideas that you like and the ideas that you think are worth representing at the finals in London. You can vote by downloading the Pitch at Palace application in your local app store. It takes about 10 seconds to download. And then you can download the app and vote through using your unique ID code at the back of your badge. So please vote. The vote is very important. As His Royal Highness mentioned, the two winners will end up going to London and pitching their ideas in front of a global audience, which is definitely a game-changing experience. If anyone here needs Wi-Fi, there's a Wi-Fi available. The password is UAE.217. And finally, before I introduce our first participant, with regards to the time limit that His Royal Highness had mentioned, we are very strict on time. Every entrepreneur has 3 minutes. And I was wondering if we can have a live demonstration of what happens when the 3 minutes are up. Can you help me out here? So that should signal that your time is up. And now, with that said, without further ado, may I introduce to you our first participant of the evening. Her name is Arleem Al-Ammari, representing Baqa.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening. I was in class one day and randomly my brother-in-law called me and he told me, Reem, I need you to find me a flower bouquet now. I totally forgot it was your sister's birthday. Please send her a bouquet now. I really don't have time. Bye. He closes the phone and I realize the hassle he's in and the hassle I'm in. First, he needs to make it up to my sister big time. And second, I need to find her the best bouquet to be delivered in the next 5 hours. And that is when the idea of Baqa.com hit me. You might assume from the name that Baqa means a package or a bouquet, and you're almost right, because Baqa.com is an e-commerce platform that allows consumers to view different bouquets offered by different florists from all around the UAE. From Instagram stores to corner stores, we'll have it all. The convenience of our platform helps people like me find their preferred bouquet at their preferred price by being able to navigate through different bouquets offered by different florists. Unlike going to any other store or checking out Instagram pages where you'll find limited bouquets at set prices. The process is clear. Once the user completes the order bill is sent to the florist the bouquet is ordered from, and that is when Baqa's job is complete. Now I have a question for you. How many of you has ever ordered a bouquet or has received one that was ordered online? That's interesting because, believe it or not, experts say there is a potential market of more than 2 billion dirhams in the UAE alone. And even better, it grows at about 9% annually. So why Baqa.com? Why not just go to a flower store that has an online service? For two main reasons. First, and most importantly, my taste is very different than all of yours here. And Baqa.com makes sure there's a bouquet to suit everyone's different taste. And second, it is very time convenient, very hassle-free, user-friendly, and also makes payment very easy by it being available online. It's basically the Talabat or the Amazon of flowers. At Baqa, we aim to maximize reachability for the florists and maximize variety for the consumers. All I just mentioned is just the beginning. Our next step is to duplicate this model to other service e-commerce platforms and then to another industry, like grocery shopping, and another industry, until we are able to transform the entire retail market from having many shops into a one-stop shop in our hands. But before we do that, we need the help of mentors, angel investors, and most importantly, to be able to meet and be inspired by people and figures like His Excellency Mohammed Al-Abbar. My name is Arim Al-Amari, and I am the founder of Baqa. Before I conclude, I just have one more note to add. The flower bouquets displayed on this webpage are actually from the Flower Lab Abu Dhabi. Thank you very much. Again, it is an honor to be here.
Thank you, Arim.
Thank you.
I had a very quick question for you,
Sure.
if you don't mind me asking.
Of course.
How is your application different than any flower shop that has an online presence?
So Baqa.com works as a platform. It groups between many buyers and many sellers as well. It is not just a flower store that has an online service, it is a platform.
And have you launched this platform yet?
It is launching very soon, inshallah, before the end of this month.
Well, the best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce our second participant. His name is Mohammed Al-Musharrakh, and he will be presenting Tawsil delivery.
Your Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Mohammed Al-Musharrakh, and I'm the co-founder of Tawsil Delivery Company. Tawsil's story started when I once picked the phone and called one of my favorite restaurants. And I asked them, do you have delivery? And they were like, no, sorry, we don't have delivery. I called another restaurant of my favorites. And I asked them, do you have delivery? And they shocked me again, no, we don't have delivery. Then we did a small market research about why these young entrepreneurs or startups in the F&B industry do not invest in their own bikes, why they don't have this delivery service. And we came up to a conclusion that these restaurants fear of investing in an extra overhead that might not work with them, investing in the motorbikes, investing in the visas of the riders, paying the riders fixed salary every month. And the fear is that they don't have enough deliveries that will cover their overheads. So we took the challenge and we invested in a company called Tawsil. So Tawsil basically is a outsourced delivery services for restaurants. We are currently working in Sharjah, Emirate, and in Ajman, Emirate. We started 6 months ago with 2 bikes only and 3 restaurants. Today we have 30 restaurants and around 40 bikes. The plan, or what makes us different than Deliveroo, what makes us different than Talabat, is that we are a B2B platform. We don't accept orders from customers like other platforms. We provide service for the restaurants only. So instead of getting in the hustle of the salaries and all of this, they can contract us. And whenever they have deliveries through the application that we have developed between the restaurants and the riders, the restaurant can just click an order on the application, and one of our drivers will go to the restaurant, pick up the delivery and deliver it to their customer. Our future plans basically is to go into other parts of the United Arab Emirates. We want to expand into markets like Abu Dhabi, markets like Fujairah, to help these young entrepreneurs to reduce their overhead cost and to have the delivery services will eventually increase their profitability by reaching more and more customers. Thank you so much.
I must admit, I was just a little bit bothered by the fact that you were on time because they were just about to blow the. I just have a quick question for you, Mohammed.
Yes.
You mentioned that you wanted to expand to Abu Dhabi and Dubai and some of the other Emirates. What would you need to do so from this audience? What is your ask?
We are actually looking for partners that will partner with us in other Emirates like Abu Dhabi, Fujairah, Al Quwain, Dubai, for example. And after that, the second step is that we enter the GCC market, actually.
What kind of partners are you looking for?
It could be individuals, venture capitalists, companies.
Well, hopefully someone in the audience is interested in the idea. I'm sure they are.
Sure.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Thanks. Thanks all.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow us to introduce our third participant for the evening, Faraj Al-Faraj, who is presenting Braille. Good luck.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm about to ask you might sound a bit odd, but please humor me. Close your eyes for just a moment. Everyone, please, close them. Now, open them and take a look at the screen. There's something written there. Can you try and read it? It's difficult, isn't it? What if I told you that there are 285 million visually impaired people to whom those moments that you just lived are an everyday agony? And if they're lucky, that blur is what they see. Now, many of us might find it difficult, maybe even awkward, to ask a stranger for help. But for someone visually impaired, that's not an option. They don't have that luxury. They are obligated to ask a stranger to read what they can't. That can make them feel inferior, make them feel powerless, even as if they were a burden. And whatever devices, whatever solutions that are offered to them, they're too expensive to afford, and if they can't afford it, they're impractical. They require the use of multiple devices to do one simple task: reading. 2016 was declared by this great nation as the year of reading. And this year was declared the year of giving. Two extraordinary visions that we've decided to follow by bringing the gift of reading to the millions of visually impaired in the world. Braille is a device that converts any text to Braille instantly, using proprietary patent-pending technology. All the visually impaired has to do is point the camera at the text and read. Braille is a system that was designed to help the visually impaired read by utilizing their sense of touch. Braille is an affordable, portable device that's easy to use. You might be wondering, where did this idea come from? It's the joint effort of entrepreneurs, engineers, and the visually impaired, one of whom is a co-founder with us. We are reaching those visually impaired through institutes and associations that are dedicated to helping them. And they can reach us through our website and our Kickstarter page, which we're using to develop this product to make it even better. So get a Braille eye. Give it to a loved one, a family member, someone who needs it. Give them the confidence to use an affordable device whenever and wherever they wish. Give them the courage to go out and read for themselves, but most of all, give them the independence not to need anyone to read for them. Give them the gift of reading. give them hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Farai.
Thank you. How'd you like that?
Thank you for that. You are very passionate about the cause, and it's lovely to meet someone like you. Could you please let us know why you went into this business, per se?
Well, this is our startup. Now, I myself, I'm not a technical person, but what drove me to join this startup is, he's actually sitting in the audience right now. He's a friend of mine. He's visually impaired himself. The man is a superhero, to say the least. So just by helping someone like him, making his life easier, that's what we're looking for.
That is truly inspiring.
Thank you.
May I ask you another question? How does this product look like? I'm just so interested.
Well, basically, this is not the product. This is my phone. But basically, this is the idea. It's going to look like this with a camera.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So it's going to look like this. It's going to have a camera in the back and a braille display in the front. And all the visual impaired has to do is point it at a text, snap a picture, and it will be converted into braille for them to read.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We're a quarter of the way through. I hope many of you have downloaded the application and started voting. If not, please do so as soon as possible. Please allow me to introduce the fourth participant. His name is Mansour Al-Ka'bi, and he is representing Dawak.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mansour Al-Ka'bi. Imagine the UAE leading the world in healthcare by saving money, preventing hospitalization, and saving life. That's what Dawak is all about. Prescription drugs can save life, but they can only save lives when being taken properly. A studies in the United States shows that more than 125,000 people die every year, and 1 of 10 being hospitalized, simply because they're not taking their medicine properly. And this costs billions of dollars in extra health care. Think about how much it costs in UAE, or even around the world. There are many apps on the market reminding people to take medicine, but none of them offering an automatic reminders. Here is what Dawak offer. Imagine taking your prescription to the pharmacy. At the pharmacy, you download the Dawak app, scan the unique barcode, and immediately you will get the reminders in your phone. No effort from you, and no chance of user error. These are a screenshot of our app. Dawak offers the peace of mind that you will never miss a bill again. Having question about the medicine, Dawak has the answer and a direct link back to the pharmacy in case you want to talk to an expert. Dawak will even remind you when it's your next refill. Dawak has a straightforward business model, the automatic reminder service. It's free, while user can upgrade to the premium features, like monitoring your loved one and make sure they're taking the medicine on time. For example, a team member whose father is in a medicine, and he want to make sure that his father is taking the medicine on time. With Dawak, it is possible now. With 800,000 people taking medicine in the UAE and almost 5 million in the GCC, the Dawak business model offers a potential of high growth with low overhead cost. The Dawak app can be easily scaled across many countries. A journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. We are currently testing Dawak with our own pharmacy. And with your help, we want to partner with all the pharmacies in the UAE to achieve the massive saving to the government, insurance company, and most important, saving lives. With Dawak, you will never miss a bill again. Thank you very much. And don't forget, vote for me.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We're very happy that you are piloting this program with Al Ain Pharmacy. You mentioned that you would like to pilot this program with other pharmacies and hospitals across the UAE. Are there any ones in particular that you are interested in, or is there any individual that you would like to talk to?
Like we want to partner with all big branches of the pharmacy in the UAE. Like we're not putting someone like specifically, but we want to talk with the Minister of Finance. He will understand the power of the WAC that can deliver saving money and the most importantly, saving life.
Lovely.
This is our goal.
Great. So if anyone knows the Minister of Health or Minister of Finance, please introduce him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, just a note, if you can only vote for one entrepreneur. If you've done so already, don't worry about it. The system will accept the last person you voted for. So that's just the note that I would like to add. And now may I introduce our fifth participant? Is it yeah, the fifth. Khalfan al-Marashida, representing Security Act.
Assalamu alaikum. Allow me to ask one question. What is the most precious device in your hand? Mobile. Everyone needs it for business, for entertainment. But it has one particular issue. It has a camera. This camera is not allowed in many places. We are talking about private event, like a wedding, or very sensitive arena, like a oil, gas industry, oil field, and a military camp. The issue with that, if you want to get your mobile, you have to leave it behind. The solution we have. My name is Khalfan al-Marashida, founder and CEO of Security Act. And today I'm pleased to introduce you to Security Act, Smart Sticker. Smart Sticker is a sticker covering both front and back camera. Integrated with the IoT network, this sticker, you only need to register yourself prior to the event. At the gate, you will receive your register sticker, apply it, and enjoy the rest of the phone. Only the camera has been disabled. Now, when you are in the venue, you can use it, you have fun with your phone, and when you leave, you give it back to others to use it. So it's reusable, hardware independent. It doesn't rely on the computer, on the smartphone itself. Because if you compare it to the existed invasive software solutions, they mainly focus on having admin rights to disable that camera. And that's a very risky solution. Our solution is hardware. It's totally independent from the device, and it could be integrated with a large IoT network. Now, in short, with Smart Sticker, your phone will be welcome in any sensitive and private area. Now, what is next? With the support of my team, we turned this idea into 100,000 dirham awarded prize in 2014. With the support of Khalifa University, we turned it into 2 US patents filed in US. With the support of Khalifa Innovation Center, inshallah, we're gonna turn it into spin-out startup. What I'm looking for, I have 2 questions to ask. First, a meeting with Ashley Amantis. He is the CEO of GeForce Security. It is based in UK, and funny to say, if I win tonight, I will be in London, inshallah. I'm looking for your support to be there and present this idea to the top security agency in the world. Thank you so much. My name is Khalfan al-Marashida, and I welcome you to attend my stand there. Thank you.
Thank you, Khalfan.
Shukran.
I must say there is a genius in the simplicity of your idea.
Thank you so much.
And I must ask, how did you come upon this idea?
Frankly, it was a joke. It had been requested. It was an international competition, and I was sitting with my colleague at Khalifa University, Dr. Hamad al-Marzouki. And we said, we would like to participate in this event. And I said, we are very busy. How we could make it with a lazy solution? Add a sticker on that camera. And then he said, someone will just take it off. I thought, that moment, I reached the conclusion, there is what they call bending sensor. If you mold it in that sticker, any attempt to remove the sticker will be triggered through that bending sensor. And that's it. The whole concept have been built around that simple solution, is to add that bending sensor and integrate it to a complete network. That's the way we came with it.
A lovely story, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank
I
you
can't
so
wait
much.
to use the product.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And now, please allow me to introduce Mohammed Al-Marzouqi with Vol 9. Good luck.
As an Emirati, I always wanted to participate in making this nation great. Our soldiers sacrificed their lives to keep our country safe, and I knew that I needed to do the same. I realized one day when speaking to a hacker friend that our region is one of the key targets of these hackers doing cyber attacks. The UAE has advanced cyber defenses, but more protection is always better. I believe the future of warfare is not on the ground, but in the cyberspace. That's why I realized that the best way to fight hackers is with hackers. We live in a country that highly encourages entrepreneurship, and thanks to the great efforts and vision of our leadership, startups are well supported. A great example is Khalifa Fund and the fantastic work they are doing. 2 years ago, the idea of Vol 9 came to my mind, and a year later, we established it as a company. Our startup gathers some of the best ethical hackers in the world and gave them one task: try to hack local companies and government agencies, and then show them where their security flaws are. This way, they can defend against cyber threats by understanding the mentality and attack scenarios from a hacker perspective. We have proven that our model is highly successful, helping great companies like Aramex, Careem, Forbes, Abu Dhabi University, and other patch hundreds of security flaws in their system and applications. We do this through 3 channels: security audits, trainings, and using our own products to identify and patch security flaws, using automation and behavior analysis through artificial intelligence. Today, we are a 1-year-old company worth $3 million and are making a great contribution to the UAE security. Our aim is to keep GCC cyberspace safe and secure for companies and governments alike. Our hackers are from this region and are globally recognized by Facebook, Microsoft, Google, and other tech giants. And they are looking for only one thing: helping the region by hacking you before others do. And as a recognition for our achievements, we were honored to be on the cover of Forbes Middle East magazine last month. We are requesting permission to help Abu Dhabi government agencies by showing them where their security flaws are and helping them get a step ahead of hackers and cyber threats. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations on being on the Forbes magazine. I would like to ask, with all due respect, what makes you different than any other ethical hacker around the world?
Yeah. First, I think our customers, like Aramex, Forbes, and Abu Dhabi University, and others like Careem, they are international businesses moving to an Emirati business from like American companies. It shows the level that we are in. The other thing is that we choose our hackers very carefully. They have to hack one of the top 9 high-tech companies in the world, like Google and Facebook.
I hope you're not hacking my social media account.
We are good hackers, by the way, and we do it with permission.
If I may ask you another question, since you have received a lot of support here recently, you've been privileged to a lot of nice contracts. How's your performance been over the past year?
We are just 1-year-old business. Till today, we made 1.5 million dirham. By the end of the year, we are based on our contracts, we are going to make over 2 million dirham, which is over $500,000, and we're growing.
That is great. So you're talking about a 33% growth. That is impressive. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contestant is called Faisal Al-Shimri, and he will be presenting firefighters.
Your Highnesses, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, fire, as simple as it was, we need water to fight it. But now, with the urbanization and the huge development in architecture, we are going to have cities within a city, multi-mega stores of buildings and towers where people are sometimes facing several emergencies and need unconventional solutions to address the challenge. The latest fire in London highlighted the amount of losses that we can have in precious human lives. The fire in Dubai in the new year that was broadcasted by CNN like there is nothing else important in the world, highlighted the financial losses where we lost $800 million in property and more than $400 in operational loss. This is a fact that highlights that we need to address this by an unconventional way. Would you prioritize spending 2 minutes to 3 minutes talking to a dispatcher, explaining what kind of emergency you are facing, or would you prioritize leaving the 30th or 50th floor, running with your children or your elders or even your pet for your life? Utilizing a mobile app and innovative smart application and services that enable either utilizing your fingerprints or a PIN number to alert the police or the emergency number with critical information about what kind of incident and where you are living and at which floor, or even utilizing the smart sensors within the mobile device itself by using it as a thermal sensor to alert the command and control, or a combination of both. Let's say someone reported the fire and he's living in a different floor in the same building where you are living, and then utilizing the same app as a public warning system to notify you or wake you up from your sleeping and tell you that you need to evacuate as a precaution in case of the fire expand, and saving your life and helping you preserve your dear one's life also. Me, myself, more than a year ago, had an accident. And in that accident, I was conscious the whole time and I was waiting for the paramedic to reach. And emergency service is a service. Uber and Kareem, for example, notify the client how long they need to come to you. The national agenda in the UAE dictates that we need to respond to emergency phone calls in less than 4 minutes. And with the current technology utilization, this is almost mission impossible. We need to think out of the box, and we need to come up with innovative ideas such as this app, and at the same time utilizing Zeppelins. The next generation would also address the Internet of Health for protecting our saviors themselves, so the command and control can prioritize or send people to rescue them in case of an emergency. In addition, we are looking into utilizing flying devices and robots. And my request is to ask His Excellency General Khalifa Fund to enable us utilize this technology in the UAE.
Thank you, Faisal.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
So I was going to ask you what your ask was, but you went ahead and did that. To be fair, I'll ask you a very short question. If you're going to summarize your value proposition in one sentence, what makes your product different than different technologies that are currently available?
Phase 1 of the project and the mobile app is up and running, and we can help saving life today, not tomorrow, not next year.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 8th participant, his name is Abdullah Shahi, and you might have heard of his project. It's the UAE iceberg.
Barakatuh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, your Royal Highnesses and distinguished guests. I will make sure to keep you all cool, inshallah, tonight, because I will be talking about a very cold subject indeed, inshallah. The UAE Iceberg project is meant to help resolving one of the world's most important issues, which is the water crisis. Currently, 1.2 billion people do not have access to clean water, and the UN estimates that by 2030, 50% of the world's population will be facing water shortages. Desalination has been going on for some time now, but the process remains incredibly expensive and high energy intensive. In fact, it takes 1 barrel of oil to desalinate 3 barrels of water. Every year, and due to global warming, many icebergs melt on the ocean, wasting billions of gallons of the world's most important substance, which is fresh water. That's why we came up with iceberg bag invention, which is a bending patent technology and can harvest iceberg for fresh water. It doesn't use consumables, no filters, no chemicals, and it's engineered to last up to 20 years. Each iceberg bag can hold up to 200 million gallons of water, which then can be delivered to nations around the world with a cheaper price in comparison to desalination. Currently, R&D is happening in cooperation with a Manchester-based company, and we expect, inshallah, to start the trial run to Australia by first quarter of 2019, and hopefully, inshallah, to the coast of Fujairah by end of 2019. From a legal point of view, and as per the High Seas Code, the icebergs can be considered a water resource and subject to acquisition for private use anywhere in the world. Now, the iceberg bag is a technology with the potential to save millions of lives, but we cannot fight the water crisis alone. In just 13 years, 50% of the world's population will be facing water shortages issue. So my ask today, inshallah, for strategic partners who can support us in making this project possible and in funding the trial run to Australia. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and stay cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdullah.
Thank you.
I have a lot of questions, but I'll try to keep it as brief as possible.
Thank you.
So one question would be, a lot of people, when they read the articles about this iceberg project, thought it was just fantasy and an idea. How far are you with regards to developing the technology and the patent?
We have just recently awarded the R&D to a Manchester-based company in order to design and manufacture the iceberg bag, which is a floating tanker and can hold the iceberg and accordingly can be transported to the coast of Fujairah, inshallah.
Lovely. And how do you respond to people who say that chipping away at icebergs from the South Pole or Antarctica might be harmful to the environment?
From the environment point of view, the water from icebergs will be utilized first of all to irrigate the desert, making the world greener, inshallah. In addition, there will be less desalination activities, so inshallah there will be less pollution. That's why we believe that the iceberg project will be environmentally friendly project.
And from what I understand, these icebergs are already on their way to melt, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Many icebergs every year, due to global warming, after disintegrating from the Antarctica, they melt on the ocean, wasting billions of gallons of water. That's why, yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for the
Thank you very much.
clarification. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Pleasure. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Ladies and gentlemen, our ninth contestant, Salwa Al-Zahmi with SPL.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Salwa Zahmi, a scientist at Khalifa University, the founder of SPL Corporate. SPL Corporate has been founded to solve the problem that the organization faced with software failures. To give you a clear picture, how many of you have felt so frustrated when you did online banking transaction and it fell in the middle? This is a small example of a software errors in your bank systems that caused him actually to lose thousands of dollars because of these problems. There are more than 500 major companies reported catastrophic software failures because of software defects. I can mention the F-35 jet fighters that was being mistaken as target because of a software errors. There are also the crisis of the US rocket that has been exploded because of a software errors. So it is really a major problem that caused those organizations billions. So how they are currently solve these problems? They spend around more than 50% of the IT budget on detecting those failures before it happens. They actually allocate a lot of their resources and time for this. But still, they depend on people to do those kind of detecting. So we, SPL Corporate, we estimate that we can solve like 14% of this cost. How we can do this? We actually automate a lot of software testing and error detection on the system before it happens. So we reduce tremendously the time and as well as the dependency on labors, the developer, to do this task. By these operations, actually, this market has been estimated to cost $1,000 billion. So with 14%, we actually have the opportunity to save 14 billions of that market. We know that we have competitors, but we are better in terms of being more proficient, providing more automation, and we support the new technology. For this project, we have currently been trialed by British Telecom, who have demonstrated and approved a benefit of using it. Now, we have been working very closely with them to develop this technology further. For this project as well, we have been the most prestigious Global Telecommunication Award, who have been selected this project as one of the most software innovative in its category. Now, my ask for you is really to help me to evaluate some of the local entities who have similar to these problems, and as well as to have the opportunity to meet with Alan Barders, the chair of Tech City in UK. Those to give us more advice and tell us more about the project. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Salu. So you figured out a way to reverse engineer the coding of softwares. It's absolutely marvelous. Exactly. May I ask you, how many awards have you won so far for your innovation?
We have won like 3 locals and 2 international.
2 international awards and 3 local awards. That is absolutely impressive. My other question would be, you are working with British Telecom right now, which is one of the biggest companies in the world. What other companies would you like to work with here locally?
We're working to work with Etihad Airline and any other government who have very critical, with the software failures very critical for them.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Salwa.
Thank you.
Our 10th contestant, Mariam Zaabi with Perception. I hope I said it right. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Mariam Zaabi, and I'm the CEO of Perception. Have you ever imagined that you can carry out any visual inspection anytime you want for any equipment just by sitting inside your office watching everything on screen with the best resolution? This is what we basically do. We're taking the visual inspection to a totally different level. Why visual inspection? Because it's considered one of the main activities for any industry in the world to fulfill their core values, such as the safety and the effectiveness. Okay, what's wrong with the current visual inspection? Currently, we take people, we send them to the site, they do everything manually, find the cracks, find the defects, and take the results, and then further do the analysis. Now, this one can be extremely time-consuming, expensive, can be dangerous. It requires a lot of training, yet it's prone to human errors. Now, here in Perception, we're providing you with the service, a complete integrated system between a hardware and a software. The hardware part is the drone, a very smart drone that can substitute the laborers and the engineers, can fly immediately to your equipment and collect all the defects and the data you're looking for, and come back with the results to a very unique software. You're going to find all the details on your software, all the like the locations and the size and everything you're looking for. It's safe, it's fast, it's cost-effective. It's worth mentioning that our software is potentially patented. Now, coming to the market, we have a huge market, but we're focusing on 2, the oil and gas industry and the aviation industry. Why? In the oil and gas industry, we're focusing to be the smart field where everything is going to be autonomous. Our product is completely autonomous. Moreover, in the oil and gas industry, we have over than 100 equipment to be inspected per site. Some of them can take more than 3 days for preparation operations of the visual inspection. Now, by Perception, I promise you, I can take down the 3 days to 2 hours only. Same thing with the aviation. For them, time is money. So imagine in the year 2030, we're going to have more than 1.62 million flights. Imagine the amount of inspections we're going to need to carry out. And if we have Perception, the amount of money and efforts and time we're going to save. I leave the math for you. Now, my ask is, I want to be connected to the oil and gas executive. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If I was going to ask you one question, you mentioned you wanted to get in touch with oil and gas and executives. If there was one person that you would like to talk to, I'm sure there are many, but if you had to pick one, could you please let the audience know who would you like to pick?
Of course, His Excellency Dr. Sultan Al-Jaber.
Great. Thank you. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next participant number 11, Mustafa Al-Hashimi with Smart Navigation.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Mustafa Al-Hashimi. I am the founder of Smart Navigation Systems. And in the last 2 years, I have managed to develop, design, and implement a platform and a mobile application for indoor wayfinding. Why indoor? Because indoor, we really face a real problem. Outdoor, we have, all of us, I think, who is not using Google Maps in every day? All of us are using Google Maps. Because outside, we have the GPS, we have the mobile phones with the applications, we have the maps, and we enjoy using Google Maps and similar application and in-car navigation in all of our wayfinding. We look at point of interest, we find our routes, we get the traffic, and now with the WhatsApp, we share locations. When it comes to indoor like this wonderful big venue, we face the problem. No GPS, no maps, no applications. And even though indoor, we have the importance are indoor. 90% of our time is spent indoor. Most of the business and most of the commerce are indoor. Yet there is no wayfinding. So our platform and our mobile application integrates with different indoor positioning technology. The indoor positioning technology, and it works like the GPS. And we support 2 types of indoor positioning technology. The Bluetooth beacon-based. For example, in this room, we have to install infrastructure of beacons that send Bluetooth, and 3 with the mobile phone sensor of the Bluetooth, it does the triangulation. Or also we support the geomagnetic positioning. So our application with the platform allow the venue owners to subscribe in our platform, and the users, the venue visitors, like the shopping center visitors with their mobile phone, they find their way, their experience of wayfinding gets enhanced. They find what they are looking for, their products. They find the gate in the airport. They find the exhibitor in the exhibition. And in this case, they are okay. So indoor navigation system is the solution. So the platform, the application is ready. And now my ask is, I need to have a meeting with the CEO of Abu Dhabi Health Service Company so we can sit and deploy the system in one of the hospitals, and with the vision to have the system deployed in all of the hospitals in UAE by 2021 as a foundation to also deploy it in all of the other venues inside to have happy customers as well as to increase their safety. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mustafa. So you're telling me I will no longer get lost in Dubai Mall using your system?
Yes, if Dubai Mall uses our system, they will definitely not get lost.
Well, someone's listening to my prayers. I just wanted to ask you a very quick question, sir. How far is your technology in development? Is it in development? Is it ready? Can it be used right now?
Our application and platform is already commercially available, and it's been deployed in many places in UAE, and it is in trial in Brazil. That's why I added the Portuguese language. It is in evaluation in Mexico. We added the Spanish language, and it is also used in trial and in different areas of the world. And we are really proud that this is totally UAE-made product.
Absolutely. Game-changing.
Thank you.
Game-changing. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Appreciate it. I'm sorry to have to say this, but this is our last contestant. And his name is Zayed al-Nofali. He will present Maya Systems, otherwise known as Fitbit for camels. If that doesn't capture your attention, nothing will. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Today, I'm going to show you how we use big data and predictive analytics to revolutionize the race camel training. My friend Faisal is a camel owner with 10 camels. Faisal has to wake up every morning to monitor his camels. There are no modern systems in camel racing to train camels. The industry have failed to optimize camel performance. Faisal until today is looking for a solution for his camel and he cannot find it. I'm introducing the Fitbit for camels. We are installing hardware on the camel with a set of sensors to collect data and send it to the cloud, and an owner can have a mobile app that he could track his camel live. We are able to build a profile for every camel and be able to track temperature, heart rate, speed, time, and location. So imagine you have a profile of data and all this is collected. Now, looking at the industry, it's a 20 billion industry, 20 million industry, 20 billion, sorry, industry. There are 1 million camels in UAE, and 160,000 camels are active running in 2017, last time I checked. Can you see how big this industry is? Now, you're gonna ask me, oh, this is a camel guy. I'll tell you, guess what? I've tested with horses, it's working. I've tested with dogs, it's working. Now, you're gonna ask me about the numbers. There are 13,000 camels, 13,000 horses in UAE, and 5,000 of them are endurance horses. My device fits like a charm to horses. And a lot of people are asking me, now people with Saloki dogs are coming. They're saying, Zayed, we want this device so we can test it with dogs. I said, okay, just give me some time, get some money, and then, we can hook you up with the dogs. Now, going to UK, we have greyhounds, right? So greyhounds, there are 15,000 greyhounds, 15,000 greyhounds, 1.3 billion industry. Well, I don't know if that doesn't get you motivated. Anyways, what I'm saying is the industry is huge, and this is a research project, and I've been working for the past 4 years. And what I'm asking is, I would like access to training facilities so I can test this product. And there's one saying says, without data in this current era, you're just another person with an opinion. Thank you very much.
Saeed, I'm an admirer of your product, so I have two very quick questions. The first one is, how did this idea come about? Why were you so interested in camels? I know you're going to export it to other animals, but you started with camels. Why so?
Because the camel industry has only one piece of technology, and we all know why we transfer to this technology. It's amazing itself that you're placing robots on top of camels. So I was actually building that device. I put camera, speed, everything was like, I built a Ferrari for the industry. But then I showed it to the customers, and they didn't really want it. And I researched, and we found out that the data analytics, collecting data is exactly what they need, because now we can determine and speed up. And now even I can actually take old data and make that old data race with your actual camel running now by playing with the data. So you can, everyone can improve.
That is very impressive. If there's one person you would like to meet,
Sheikh Mansour. So I can use his stubbles, and I wanna give this product to the people. It's not about me, it's about the people for camel racing. And I wanna take the camel racing to the F1 level, inshallah, and we will do it.
Thank you, Zayed.
Thank you so much, thank you.
Well, there you have it. That was our last contestant. I think it's time to do probably one of the most important things for the night, which is to vote. Vote for your favorite idea. I'll just go over this once again. You can download Pitch at, as in the sign at Palace, on your local app store. The instructions can be seen on the screen above me. You can check the entrepreneurs you want, select the entrepreneur that you like the most, and vote for that person. Voting will close in about 3 minutes, so please cast your votes so we can announce the winners in 3 minutes. There's 1 minute left. 1 minute left. Before announcing the winners, I would just like to ask the participants, if your name is announced as a winner, please come to the stage. And with that, may I please request that His Royal Highness, the Duke of York, announce the winner of the event. Your Royal Highness.
Oh my God. Even St. James's Palace is a bit smaller than this to have to run around the place. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, may I just pay my respects and thanks to all our entrepreneurs this evening, because I think they've done the most outstanding job. And may I say that the lesson, or the lessons that we have given them, and the change and the professionalism with which they have produced their pitches this evening is second to none. They've done an absolutely fantastic job. Can we give them a round of applause? Ladies and gentlemen, before I announce who's going to go to St. James's, I'd just like to mention a couple of things. First of all, growth. Pitch is a growing, scale-up business. We've come to Abu Dhabi, and we, as you've heard from Sheikh Hussein Al-Nawais, we're going to expand and grow in this part of the world over the next few years. We're tremendously excited to do that, and especially under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed. So my thanks go to the Khalifa Fund particularly, and Sheikh Hussein Al-Nawais and his team for enabling this to happen. So Khalifa Fund, thank you very much indeed. At the beginning, I said that there were two things that I wanted to finish with, and I only told you one of them. And that was that on your seats, every single one of you has a bag that you should take away with you. In it is a book that should tell you exactly who everybody is and the contact details of the entrepreneurs. But there is also, I hope, a little box in which there are a couple of chocolates in there. I was meant to tell you actually earlier that if any of you felt that you might be going to sleep and you needed a bit of a sugar injection, then you were to eat them during the course of this evening's demonstrations. But I just wanted to point out that normally at St. James's Palace we have a food entrepreneur who's actually making food as part of the exercise. And you'll be pleased to know that we have invited Gossip, which is a small start-up, scale-up business supported by the Khalifa Fund, to come to St. James's Palace to provide their milk cakes and various other delicious things that I tried yesterday. But there are two of their chocolates in your bag, so make sure you eat them. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here this evening. The opportunity to meet the entrepreneurs will take place afterwards, if you wish to do so. Now, there are two separate items to this. The first one is a People's Choice Award, and that is on social media. People have been invited to vote. And I can tell you that the People's Choice Award this evening goes to Security Act. He'll come out in a minute. And The voting has, as I was up at the back there watching the voting going on, has completed. There are two people who are, it's actually quite close at the top with a number of votes that have been cast. But I have to say that the two that are coming to St James's Palace are Dwack and Braylai. So can those three entrepreneurs come down and onto the stage? Because I think it's important that you be recognised. That's Dwack, Braylai and Security Act. And whilst we're waiting for them, could I just also ask you to thank the Royal Navy for their participation this evening. They very kindly stayed behind and they're racing off tomorrow morning to take part in a major exercise in the region. So, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this evening's events in here. For those of you who want to meet the entrepreneurs, please back that way through to the reception. It's a great pleasure to have been able to put this on this evening, and we look forward to seeing you the next time. And if you do want to contact them, be sure to use the contacts in the book, or you can go through my office, but we're not all able to do everything, but we can do as much as we can. Thank you all very much indeed.
ندعو أصحاب المعالي وأصحاب السمو الشيوخ لزيارة مركز خليفة للابتكار. There's an exhibition outside. ونأمل للحضور أن يبقوا هنا لمدة قصيرة من الزمن وشكرا.
You in the sun.